Hey everybody, it's time for Fishing Friends. How's it going, everybody? It's
Hi.
Saturday night. Maybe it's time for Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny.
Yeah.
This is Gina.
Hi.
This
How are
stream
you?
is about fish and birds and whatever else we want to talk about because it's just all about fun.
Yes.
We got
All
Fish Topic Canada in chat.
animals of all kinds, or just life, or anything, whatever comes up.
Right. Gina and I both worked at big box pet stores, and Gina still works at like a local fish store, and so we got a lot of different sort of knowledge on keeping different animals and the industry and stuff like that. So if anybody has any questions about things like that, please bring that up and ask away.
Yeah, anything. Birds, small animals, reptiles, dogs, cats. We'll try our best.
But man, this is a crazy hot week in St. Louis again.
I know. When I was streaming earlier, I was saying when you were saying how hot it was, I'm like, yep, I'm not going outside. And then what do I do when I stop streaming? I go to the grocery store, and I'm like still dying from it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't do heat. I would much rather do cold.
The high today was up to 102.
Yeah.
And it said it felt like 112 at that time because of the humidity and all that. So no fun.
Heat.
I had to go outside and water some of my plants because this heat and everything has just been soaking up all that. Like I've been having to go out and water like every single day. It's ridiculous.
Even twice a day with this heat sometimes, depending on how your pots are, how your soil is.
It's like every day I walk outside or I look out my back door and my pepper plants are like, ugh.
ENT. Right. Last year I tried one of those glass bulb things, the stick that you stick into the soil, and that seemed to do okay, but I found that they were like getting clogged. And you get the mulch in there in the stem of it whenever you stick it in, and then it doesn't work. Come here.
I've seen people that tend to just use those things as decorations, not even as like actual functionality.
You put water in it once and then just never take it out, and it's just a pretty little glass ball.
Yep. We got Ian Atkins with Atkins Nature Aquariums is here, and Bunny Viper is here, and Annette with Mystery Snail Guardians is here.
Annette. Oh, she made an image for you too? She made one for me also. It's so good. I'm so excited to upload it and use it on my next stream.
What do you mean image?
She made a little video for me. Like a little intro video.
Oh, your Fish Fam Link video? She made one for you? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about.
Yep.
It's great. Like, I didn't even tell her to pick like red and black. Like, she automatically just knew that that's what my favorite color combination is. Like, she's great because like I've seen everybody else's. It's different color combinations for other people. So,
and she does it so quick. Like I was emailing her throughout my grocery shopping trip, and she's like, "All right, here." Like by the time I was done checking out and taking groceries out to the car, she's like, already emailed me 4 of them. I was like, "Oh my god, you're so amazing!" Come here. So yeah, in the course of like 30 minutes, she had like 4 of them done already.
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely got that template made already now to where it's a real simple copy and paste sort of thing. But it's like,
Right.
it's so great. And I'm thankful for that because it's really awesome what she did.
Yes. But yes, images did work. Oh, the image that you emailed. I did not check my email again after I asked for the transparent image, so I'll have to check that after the stream. But I will let you know. Oh my god. Hold on.
Marco is throwing a little fit. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Are you going to get vocal for people tonight? Or are you just going to be quiet?
Before the stream, she was screaming at me to pick her up off her cage, and then I gave her a couple of cashews, and then she's screaming at me to put her back on the cage. So she's going to be needy. But I don't know if you heard, but Annette, I did not check my email after I asked for the transparent image, so I will check it after the stream and let you know.
Transparent image.
So taking like the background off of like all the white around the crab, turning that transparent, so I can start making like merch and stuff. So it's just the crab and just the letters.
I mean, it would be tough to do, but you could do it through the PixArt app on your phone that I told you about. That's how I like kind of did a lot of my images and stuff. I even that shirt that I made, the "My fish is better than your fish." That I took that image, like I cut out the betta from my like a picture I took, and just once I had that cut out, like it was just a basically a sticker that I could put over anything.
Right. Yep, exactly. Damn, Gina, no wonder you don't want more birds. That conure never shuts up. Bella doesn't trip like that. Couldn't handle all that. Yeah. Oh my god, I haven't seen Gina all week. I know, guys. Sorry. I've been just very reclusive. I know. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll try to get up here more.
Gina had a great stream earlier that ended up being like, what, 6-7 hours long?
No, I think it was like 4. I started it at 1 o'clock our time. And it was only intended to go till like 2 or 3 when Lady Metalhead was scheduled to go, but then she never went. So I was like, all right, let's just keep going. I went until right before Mississippi Hippie went. So yeah, 1 to 5. Yeah, that was 4 hours.
Okay. Nice.
It was fun. Bigfoot came up with me. He's always fun to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Dennis, and then Skipper came up for a little bit. Yeah.
What's even more fun is when Dennis starts messing with his green screen and stuff, and you get this floating bearded face in front of a fish tank. Oh man.
Oh, I hope he does that soon.
Yeah, so I don't know if you knew this or not, but yeah, StreamYard does have like a built-in like green screen, and honestly, it's pretty bad. Like,
I've seen it.
Virtual background.
Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't tried it yet because I'm only on my phone.
Like, it's like super glitchy. And like I did like load this image of like my fish tank, but yeah, it's like super glitchy. And like so just no. Now, if you do have like an actual green screen, it is a little bit better than like trying to do a virtual background. But yeah,
I think it even says on StreamYard that it works better if you have a green screen.
Yeah.
Am I echoing? I hear an echo of myself.
I don't hear an echo.
Okay. It could just be my phone then. Okay, it's gone now. But yeah, sometimes I'll be talking and I hear myself echoing. You're fine. But whenever I talk, I hear an echo. Only sometimes. Like right now, it's fine.
It's probably a little bit of when we're talking over each other when the echo cancellation kind of struggles, because I do have my television turned up I mean, relatively loud enough to, be able to hear you clearly.
Gotcha. Okay. Just wanted to make sure, like, because I noticed that if my secondary phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi as what I'm streaming on this phone on, it slows this phone down.
Yeah.
So I have this connected to the secondary because my router has like the regular Wi-Fi and then the 5G. So then I have this on the 5G and this one on the extended. So yeah. And it seems to help.
Well, that's
I was rewatching my morning show from when I was on the morning show a few days ago, and like all the images, or when I was trying to show my reef, it was all like fuzzy and stuff. I was like, no, stupid freaking Wi-Fi.
honestly, it was the same thing on was it episode 2 of the Fishing Matrix with Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like trying to show it, and we're just like, yeah, great job. Yeah.
And it was really glitchy. That was before I had the Wi-Fi extender. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to get a new router that runs better Wi-Fi, like stronger Wi-Fi. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it all works. I need to get with somebody who's techie and figure out how to.
I don't know anything about my router or anything like that, but it's like I got my computer here, my router is just like right up there, and like everything is just it's all wireless. Like I don't have a cord going to it or anything, but I have like really good internet speeds through AT&T fiber optics, so I get like 300 megabits up and down.
Right.
And it's like I'm like actually getting those numbers too. I've tested it with my phone a couple times. In fact, there's been times that I've been going faster than 300, and so it's just like right on.
Nice. Mine's in the basement, which could also be the issue. Maybe I need to bring it up to the main level.
Yeah, like you should put like the router, the actual router should be like in the center, as close to the center of like your general area as you can. But like you should, if you're like mainly in the living room or whatever, and the living room is like close enough to the middle of your house, like you should have the router in your living room.
Gotcha. Well, I already have an Ethernet running, so maybe I should just put it under the TV. Because I have
you always hardwire it, you know, if you're doing like your laptop or something.
Well, I don't have a laptop. So yeah, that was going to be the plan eventually, is when I get a laptop, I was going to run an Ethernet straight to that, and then that would solve all these issues. But I have an Ethernet running straight to my PlayStation, so I could just move the router here and just unplug the PlayStation, put the PlayStation on Wi-Fi, and then yeah.
And then signal and water doesn't mix.
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of fish tanks, like you get real bad signal.
Yeah.
Frankie 805OX. What's up, Fish Fam? What's up, Frankie?
What's up, Frankie?
New local Austin is here as well. I didn't actually say hi to Jimmy P's Aquariums, even though I did like highlight his comment and stuff. So.
Yeah, his comment was funny. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy's so sweet. Jimmy's from St. Louis too. He wants to have all of us St. Louis peoples up one time and talk about St. Louis.
Yep, Jimmy P is originally from St. Louis.
And
he moved to California and started writing a lot of comic books. And then he retired, and after all that, and faked his death, and then became Jimmy P's Aquariums, Grandpa's keeper.
Yeah. And then Chattanooga Ed is also from St. Louis.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to move back because then he'd have to change his name from Chattanooga Ed
to St. Louis Ed. Yeah. I know. He was talking about the weather. He was talking about the weather out there in Tennessee. Oh my God. Apparently it's not as humid and it's a lot more mild. And I was like, dang, maybe I need to move out to Tennessee. Jeez.
Yeah, I was thinking about moving to it was Jackson. And I was thinking about it, and I don't know, it just kind of fell through or whatever. I don't know if I'll ever leave St. Louis, no matter how much I hate it.
Right. I think Hippie John asked me that one time when I was first started showing up on streams. He's like, would you ever move? I'm like, if I do, I would move north of St. Louis, like somewhere more north, not like Maine or Minnesota north necessarily, maybe southern Minnesota, but like I would move a couple latitude lines north, but not north.
I think I might go to like Vermont.
Yeah, that'd probably be as far north as because one of my best friends moved to she moved just outside of Detroit, Massachusetts, and the first year she moved, the first winter there, she didn't realize, one, how much it snows out there, and two, she didn't have a snow shovel.
Yeah,
You have to dig out your car. Like your car gets buried in snow. And she was just lost that first winter that she was there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Massachusetts.
Yep. Massive two shits.
Oh man.
Aqua Balls is here. What's up?
Yep. So George, remember when we were talking about that island tank or whatever in that 50 lowboy? I haven't seen a video. Did you do that yet?
That would be cool.
Maybe I just didn't see a video, but it would have been cool if you made that tank.
It would be. It would be really cool. I would like to do that with like fiddler crabs.
Yeah.
Because they need a capricious surface to breathe air, and it would be cool to have a little island for them to be able to climb all over.
Right. Yeah. Serpent Design recently made a really cool fishbowl for like micro crabs and stuff that had like a piece of wood that was completely out of the water and little like foliage and stuff on top of it. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. Because we have fiddler crabs at work. And yeah, we have to have a little like flat shelf in the middle. It can't be touching the sides because they'll climb out. But yeah, we have like this island with a little shelf that they can climb up onto. It's really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are cool. I'd love to make a little tank for like hermit crabs and stuff. Yeah.
Whenever I was at my first Petco, we had fiddler crabs, and I remember that I would walk in on my shift and I'd see one crawling out from underneath the parakeet cage. I'm like, dang it! And I'd scoop it up and get back in your tank.
Wow. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't at Pet Supplies Plus. We didn't have the ability to actually keep fiddler crabs there, but we did have a customer that, for some reason, like I honestly didn't even think about sending him over to Petco. But he was like adamant about getting fiddler crabs and like asked if we could like order them and stuff like that. And it's like, well. So like we could basically like be like a middleman to a point where it's like we can order them from our distributor, but it's like we're just gonna have the box and tell you when they get here and give you the box. Like we're not gonna acclimate them, we're not gonna open the box or anything like that. And you're gonna have to pay for them beforehand before we even order them. And he was like, okay. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yep. I never kept them at the Florissant Petco, but the PetSmart had them. I actually liked how they set it up. They actually had their tank mostly drained, and they had the rock sloped. I don't know if you ever seen it. Yeah, so they had deep end at the front, and then it sloped so that it's dry land at the top. I really liked how they did it, and I wish I could have done that, but corporate would not have liked it if they came in and saw one of my fish tanks drained next to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, how do you get the level to stay down low? I mean, I guess you'd have to have the system set up a certain way because, like, at least at Pet Supplies Plus, where I was, we had a marine land system that just had like basically like autofill to where we'd sit there and gravel vac it and maybe drain it down like that far, but then it just fill right back up.
Yeah, it's the same at Petco too. So, but we had the not APET. Oh my gosh, NAP, North American Pet System. All the other Petcos have marine land systems, but we had the North American Pet. But yeah, each tank on the output has a little shut off, so you just shut off that one tank. And then I guess you would essentially just have to do physical water changes on it every day to refresh the water.
Well, at least what I saw at PetSmart, it seemed like they still had water coming out of there.
Oh, okay. They must
So
have a low overflow then for it.
yeah, something
But
like
yeah,
that.
ours are up top.
Yeah.
So I would have to just do a physical, take a couple scoops out, put a couple scoops in every day, which would
Yeah,
work. I would do it, but nobody else would.
we had set up a because we were supposed. They never sent them, but we were supposed to get vampire crabs, which
Oh,
were like a brackish fiddler crab sort of thing too,
yeah.
in the water. And so yeah, we had set up like a 20 long, and did that same sort of thing, a rock slope, and then had the water on the one side, and then just had like one of those like internal turtle filters in there
Yeah.
to just like have like a little waterfall and just keep the water circulating and stuff.
Right.
And then we set it all up, and it was good with the gravel and everything. But then yeah, they never sent the crabs to us
Because you set up the tank, you were all ready for it. That's why. Now, if you weren't prepared, then they would have come.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes. Yeah, Skipper was just asking me earlier if Petco does special ordering for people, and I'm like, I would. Now, if it all depends on if you have an employee that wants to put in the extra effort to get your phone number and remember to call you and remember to order it and make sure it comes in. Yeah, I would do it, but it's because I cared. So
yeah, we would special order stuff for people. At least good customers. I did have this one guy that kind of started taking advantage of the like special ordering process or whatever, or well, maybe not necessarily taking advantage of it, but didn't quite understand like what we were trying to do and what we were doing for him. Like, so it's like Denison barbs. We like for some reason we just really couldn't sell them. Like they would just sit in the tanks and just end up dying, and so whatever. But this
same.
guy he really wanted them, and he really wanted them from us. So it's like, okay, cool, we'll order some for you. And so we ordered some, and then I guess they came in bigger than he was expecting. So he's just like, I don't want to buy. I'm not gonna buy those or whatever. I wanted them smaller, and so it's just like, so we ordered these fish for you, and then you don't buy them. You buy like one or two versus the 6 that we ordered for you.
Yeah.
And so then we just had the other 4 that just sat there, and then they just eventually ended up dying on us.
Yeah.
So it's like, so he wanted to like order more fish and just order more fish and stuff like that. And so we just eventually just like, okay, so we're going to order these fish for you, but you're going to pay for them before we order them.
Yep. We had one guy do that to us at my first Petco with a silver arowana. He asked us to order him a silver arowana, and then he never showed up for it. So
because he probably went somewhere else and bought it because they already had one in stock.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got a notification that Bex got her bloodworms.
Yay!
So hopefully they came in nice and frozen still.
So you sent Bex bloodworms, like?
Yeah. So she's been having a hard time finding mini bloodworms. And I looked on our distributor website and they had them in stock. So I ordered a 10-pack. She only wanted 3 packs, I think, 2 or 3 packs. And the mini cubes. So not the full size cubes, but the 1.75 ounces. So yeah, I bought the 10-pack so that way I have them in stock if she needs more, or if somebody else reaches out and needs them, I have some at the store. And yeah, I saved a little tiny. Actually, this is Rico's box, but I saved a little box, and then I asked my old coworkers at Petco to start saving these styrofoam flats that they get in with their deliveries, or if they get clownfish from ORA, that's a perfect size box with a perfect size mini styro box, solid styro box to save those for me. So yeah, I can ship out frozen food. And then I get the, the cool packs that come in with fish delivery. Yeah. I just freeze those. Those are free ice packs, so I don't have to buy them. because I sent Brennan bloodworms too. I got him a 2-pound box of bloodworms. And I tried dry ice with that, but the dry ice itself was $15 for 2 bricks of it. And then it ended up all being evaporated because I didn't realize that you needed to like tape up the box to prevent any kind of airflow. But they were still cold when he got them. But they weren't like frozen anymore, but they were still cold, so they were still good. So that's why I did the ice pack thing with Bex.
Right. There you go.
I'm excited. I hope they came in still frozen. I did an experiment. So I took Bex's box with the styro and I actually taped up all the sides because it was styrofoam panels, not a solid styrofoam box. I used packing tape and taped up all the corners. I put like 7 ice packs in the box, taped up the box, put it on my back patio back when we were having like 90-degree weather, and I left it out there for like 2 days. And then I opened it up and the top ice pack was still cold, but it reverted back to gel. The second one was still half ice, and then the bottom one was still half ice. But the like 3 middle packs or ice packs were still completely solid frozen. I was like, yes, this will work. Hello. Like, I'm here. Star and flies away. But yeah, no, so I'm excited. Hopefully they're still frozen for her. Yeah, I'm pretty confident they are, but. And now I have Rico's to send out. I had Bunny that inquired, and now I have Scotty Aquati. Scotty the fish freak. Sorry, that is now inquired. So I guess I'm now the Fish Fam frozen fish food dealer. So.
Interesting.
My boss doesn't care. I'm bringing business to the store. He doesn't care, and he's not the one shipping, so he doesn't care.
Okay. Honestly, that's kind of what made me a little like I don't know what the word is, like angsty or whatever about, like working at Pet Supplies Plus, was that when I started working there, I was thinking like, I'm going to bring all this stuff to this place and make this place really awesome. And then it's like we don't want to hear anything about what you want to have to say. We want to do it the corporate way. It's like,
yeah. And that's funny because somebody from Petco was actually just texting me today. He's like, so have you thought about coming back to Petco at my store? I was like, yeah, no. I have so much more freedom here at this LFS. No, thank you.
What's up, Drew?
Drew!
No texting and driving. Put that
I will throat punch you. I talked about this in my stream earlier. If you're texting and if you're chatting and driving, I will find you and throat punch you.
I use
do
voice
it.
text sometimes when I'm at work. That's it. But
yeah.
It really screws up sometimes. Especially on scientific names. There's no way to get your phone to like spell out chromatopelmicyennial pubescens. Like
oh my god. Yeah, so Biz, stop chatting and driving. I will get a step stool and I will throat punch you next time I see you. I will care for you aggressively. I was calling it going full mom/spouse mode earlier.
Yeah.
I'll do it. If you die, I'll kill you.
It's a trap.
Don't die. She will kill you.
I'll kill you.
Oh, man.
Do it. With my fist. You want to go outside? Do you have to do this while I'm streaming? Always? Okay. Hold on. Dog wants outside.
All good. Gonna get some music going for the people in chat. I do wish StreamYard had like a little bit better music selection.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess it's probably good they don't allow you to put in whatever you want, because then there'd be a lot of like copyright issues and stuff like that. And we already have to deal with that in YouTube. So it's like,
Yeah.
I do wish they had like some more options, though.
It's still a growing, ever-changing platform. So maybe eventually they'll add more. Especially if
Yeah.
they start using it more, maybe.
60 breeder coming along. That 60 breeder is still kind of sitting in the same spot it's been for a while. Some of it's just, you know, summer puts me more outside versus inside. But then it's just like, honestly, like this inflation is freaking killing me. And I haven't been able to invest anything to like add more to it. So it's like I'm just sitting there with the same amount of rocks and the same amount of things just kind of going on. But as far as the 60 breeder goes, I do plan to probably put it out here instead of in the fish room because I'm kind of done with these African cichlids. My brother said he's going to take the two Labuna, and Fishy Biz says he's going to take this one here. So could do that, and then I'll end up turning this one into a nice planted tank or something.
Crypt is here.
Crypt Keeper Aquatics got one of the coolest YouTube names out there as far as fish related names. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
His the avatar needs to be like a skull with like crypts growing out of it.
There you go. Or he needs to get a skull decoration that there's a realistic skull and just have some.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Because the Crypt Keeper is more of like a shrunken skull type of, still has skin, just dried. Not necessarily a skull, but yeah, close enough. Matt's here.
Why is there music? Well, there's no music anymore because I realized music was messing with Gina's audio.
But, was it?
Yeah. That's all good. I don't know. Sometimes music is just fun. Kind of puts you in a mood. I don't know.
My stupid
What's up,
phone.
Matt?
Matt's allowed to chat. I threatened him with a throat punch earlier too because he was working and chatting. And I told him you can't chat and drive. I'll throat punch you.
Apparently he's been driving all the way until now and he just finally got home.
Yeah.
I wonder where he was going.
Gina, I emailed you your own fish. Thank you, Annette. Aww. You do not scare me. You think that? You think that?
Mm-hmm.
I will do the same thing. I'll get a step stool. I'll give you the same threat as Biz. I'll get a step stool and I'll just right in the throat.
Oh, you don't need a step stool for Matt. He's not that tall.
But it's for the intimidation factor.
Well, I mean, he should be scared of ladders, for sure. Do you know about the ladder story?
I do not.
Oh, yeah. Well, Matt doesn't know how to use a ladder.
Okay.
And he decided to lean one up against like his garage or his house at like a 45-degree angle or something.
Oh no. He was trying to use it like a fire truck ladder and not like a ladder should be.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, it didn't work.
Ian says he will tell Melissa to throat punch him. Ian says he'll tell Melissa to throat punch him. There you go.
It's not that tall. It's tall enough.
Yeah.
But Bids is like 7'13", so.
Right. He's like 6'10", isn't he?
I think he's 6'7".
6'7".
I don't know. He'll probably be like, I'm 7'3".
I'm as tall as a house.
Yep.
5 hours and 23 minutes of drive time. Jeez. I tried to cheat in the
latter one.
Gravity won. The ladder betrayed you. Gravity won.
Yep. Oh, man.
And that was the day Matt discovered gravity.
Yeah.
Aw. He didn't get hurt from it, did he? Did he break anything?
I don't think he got seriously hurt.
Okay, then.
Mostly just his YouTube dignity.
If he didn't get hurt, then it's funny.
But he also, like, lost more YouTube dignity by, like, putting his laptop on top of his fish tank, too. So.
Did it fall in?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was the second time Matt discovered gravity.
Yeah. He needs to stop trying to argue with it. Like.
Yeah. In all honesty, that fall looked pretty painful. Oh, no.
Yep. He definitely posted it.
Maybe it's a little.
It out there.
All right, I'll have to search for it. Is it a video or is it a short?
I think honestly, I think it was before YouTube Shorts was a thing. I think it's a short video.
Just a short video? Okay, I'll go back and look for it. He's going to go and private it really quick, so I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think Matt might actually be a mod on my channel, and maybe not. Probably not, because I did have him blocked at one point because he was being kind of a dick. But no,
Matt?
he deserved it. He knows he deserved it.
Ooh, Matt? No.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the chat so I can see if anybody posts a link for it. Annette might be on it. She might be lurking and getting the link for it.
No, he's not a mod. I'll make him a mod. So yeah, if he can easily access that video, he can make it. He can post it.
Yeah, no, he's not a mod.
He is now.
We got 10 people in here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I know Rico's still going, so there's probably a lot of people still over with Rico.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, Rico's just gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah, he's got the gift of gab.
Yep,
keeps on gabbing.
And I don't do anything to really keep myself up there in the algorithm, so it's hard for people to even get notified that I'm going. And but you know what? You people in chat, you can help with that. Hit that like button. Yeah. Make sure
there we go. Found it.
And Gina.
Oh, I'm watching it. Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh no. Oh well, he didn't fall off the roof. Oh my god. Oh, he caught himself good. Oh, that does look painful, but yeah, I don't. Oh, and you're agonizing. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm remembering the video. I just can't help but laugh at it now. It's like one of those America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah. Oh no. But he's still moving. I can still see he's using his hands. So I don't think he broke anything. Oh, poor Matt. Well, I'm glad you weren't hurt too bad.
It was true hell. I'm sure it was. Yeah. It was hell that he had to experience for our pleasure.
T-Bone, what's up?
T-Bone's Fishies. Great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. T-Bones is a truck driver.
Oh, nice. Like cross country or like local?
He's a big rig truck driver, but I think he's even been talking about trying to like make a fish tank in his big rig, but it probably is not a very good idea.
Yeah, depending on if you always have a climate control going or not, or if you turn it off. I guess turning it off in the mild months would be fine. But
Yeah, but it's also, you're on the road. There's bumps and stuff like
the vibration, yeah.
So you'd have to have the fish tank, relatively low level, and you'd have to have fish that are prepared for sloshing.
Or they make those gyre like phone rigs so that you're not wobbling your phone. It sits on a gyre. Maybe you can
giant gyroscope for your fish tank.
For your fish tank, so it stays upright it stays level the whole time.
Yeah, that'd probably be more expensive than
But you could do it. But
the
you could
truck
do it
itself.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be kind of cool though. That'd be one of those like high quality luxury big rigs.
And then you could probably patent it and sell it for people with RVs, so they can have a fish tank in their RV and travel with them.
Fish tanks. You can even rig it onto the beds of your RVs and stuff like that. So
I just had the thought they might have
and not
people have them. People have fish tanks in their yachts, so maybe there already is something like that out there.
Yeah.
Because a yacht is gonna sit there and sway even more.
Yeah, but I mean the bigger yachts, it's gonna be more of a, I don't know. It's not the same as like I'm thinking on the road. Sometimes you might have to do like a fast correction to avoid somebody that cut you off or whatever. You're not really doing that in a yacht, Maybe a speedboat or something, but not in a yacht.
Yeah. Oh, he says he doesn't drive big rigs anymore.
What?
You retired, moved on. Sorry, my phone chat's a little bit more ahead than this chat is.
It sure is, because I'm just like, wait. Oh, there it is. Now I don't drive big rigs anymore, Danny.
I'll look at this chat so we can be on the same timeline.
Scuba Steve O's Aquatics. How's it going, Scuba Steve? So he doesn't drive big rigs anymore, huh? So
He's
what
retired.
do you do now, T-Bones? You drive small rigs?
Little box trucks. Come on. Go back to our stream. And my second phone froze.
Oh, great.
There it goes. Kind of, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to set up my phone to be like on one of my fish tanks like I had been doing, but I've just been watching so many streams and stuff today that all of a sudden it's like, I got to stream in 15 minutes and my phone is at 15% battery.
I had to bring my second charger from my bedroom so I could have this plugged in and then that plugged in.
I think you're a mod, Gina. I think I made you a mod a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, you did. I was just checking.
I'm not a mod on your channel, though. And I'll never be a mod on Drew's channel.
I'll make you a mod. I'll make you a mod.
Drew completely silenced me in his chat. It was way longer than 300 seconds. I was sitting there still 10, 15 minutes later, still screw you, dude. I can't chat. I left the stream. I ain't going to sit there and not be able to participate. I love being able to chat. And I like to give him some crap too, and that's why he likes to give me crap.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that was way longer than 300 seconds. I ain't going to sit there and deal with that.
Just cleaned my FX6 for the first time in about 6 months. Ugh.
Oh, man. Well, man.
Smell. Protein skimmers are gross. I have to clean mine out, and I'm not looking forward to it.
you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Right.
Yeah, none of my Patreons have popped into chat yet. Only Oscars and Plushy Aquatics, or formerly Christopher Medeiros. But they've been getting to enjoy some of my karaoke videos. They're not like super high quality or anything like that. I'm just setting my phone up on a tripod and filming myself while I sing in a bar. But I don't know, they're getting to enjoy some stuff. So it's like, if you do enjoy like my parody songs or like the sound of my voice or whatever, you know, $1 a month Patreon get you access to all that stuff too. Singing a lot of different sorts of things other than, you know, just like rock music and stuff. The very first song I released was actually a Patsy Cline song. So
T-Bone says, I'm just driving a little local truck carrying plywood. There you go.
Well, there you go. Going from a big rig to a little rig. Well, there's a let's see, little local truck. So you're talking like an actual like a Ford F-150 or like a 250 or
a box truck
and a half, or like a box. Probably not a. Well, I don't know, maybe a box truck. But I'm thinking carrying plywood. I'm thinking like an open back truck.
Oh, okay. How often should I replace carbon in my reef tank? It's the same as freshwater. So manufacturer tells you 30 days, but you could probably get away with like 2 or 3 months. Some people don't run carbon. Like at my work, they apparently never ran carbon. Of course, not in the treated tanks because it would take all the copper and the medication out. But in the tables, the open top tables, they didn't have carbon. We started running carbon recently because a lot of the corals were starting to recede. So we think just people sticking their fingertips in the tanks, toxins were building up. So like some people like this believes in not running carbon unless you have to. But if you want to regularly do it, I'd say every like 2 to 3 months.
See, yeah, I did actually. I really enjoyed your little talk about carbon in your live stream earlier, because I always told people that like carbon's not really necessary in your tank unless you're throwing like medication in your tank and you want to help strip the medication out of your tank. But it's like, yeah, it's like there is a lot of different benefits to throwing it in there, and it definitely has its uses. It's not like completely useless.
Right. It probably just doesn't need to be like a necessary, like a required thing to always have. Like that's over.
Right. And honestly, I think when you throw in carbon in like a brand new tank that you're like just setting up and it hasn't even cycled and it's like needing to like go through its cycle and all that, like it's absolutely pointless.
Yeah. I would say like if you have an open top tank, like how my reef is open top, like dust and stuff will get into it. So yeah, it'll like things will get into my tank. So that's why I only change my carbon like once every like 4 to 5 months. And I mostly do it because I have GFO in there, which pulls phosphates out of the water. So I'm more doing it to change my GFO rather than my carbon. While I'm there, I might as well change the carbon.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I thought was like actually like really interesting information. Like, yeah, I never really thought about that. It's like you got random fish dying and stuff, but doesn't really seem to be anything wrong with your tank, and all your tests are coming back clean or whatever. Still, like throw some carbon in there because there just might be something in your tank that you're not testing for.
Yeah. Pretty much only want to run carbon in my tank in case of chemical warfare with my softies like the leathers. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because leathers do shed a lot. So, yeah, that is more like bio waste. Not that the carbon's going to pull it out, but I mean, it might help just in case. Like if something bothered your zoas and there might be like a little bit of polytoxin, the carbon will help absorb that out.
You realize that you shared my links
Oh,
again?
dang it. What the heck? I didn't copy. Dang it. Hold on. Let me try it again.
That's funny.
There we go. I forgot to hit the copy share link button. There we go. Gina's Reef. Oh, I need to go and change my URL for YouTube because I'm over 100 subs, so I can do that. Make a custom URL now. I keep forgetting to do it.
I didn't even know you had to have a certain sub requirement to do that.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say it was 100, and I was like, oh, snap. I guess I can do that. Garcia!
Aquatics is here!
What's up? What's up? It's a flat tray truck. I can carry up to 2 tons of plywood. Oh, geez.
Flatbed.
That's a lot. 2 tons. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I say that, but I lift a bunch of heavy stuff at work too. Like I'm one of those girls that I just pick things up. Like I could pick up a whole pallet and throw it on a stack, and guys are always like, no, I'll get it. I'm like, I got it. It's okay. I can get this. If I need help, don't believe me. If something's too heavy, I will let you know because I'm not about to throw my back out, but I can handle this much.
Well, he didn't say he had to lift up the 2 tons or anything like that. He just has to drive it.
Well, someone has to load it and unload it.
Yeah, the loaders.
That's true. That's true.
Only sometimes do truck drivers have to do that sort of thing. Even like FedEx and stuff, like they have other people to load their truck for them, and they just go out and drive and drop the boxes off.
That's true.
Working at Schwann's, I have somebody else that loads my truck for me, and that's a blessing and a curse because I have to be relying on somebody else to load my truck correctly and make sure that they followed their paperwork right and didn't miss any items or get, switch up some items on me and get the wrong broccoli or something like that, And
now, do they pack it so that it lines up with your route? So like the things in the front are your first stops, or do you have to dig?
No. Sometimes you get lucky and it just ends up that way where it's like they ordered like two items and they just happen to be like right next to each other. And like, oh well, that was easy. But most of the time I'm using several doors on my truck and like
logistics
it's loaded with everything, So.
Logistics aren't quite there.
No. And it'll probably never be at that point where everything is loaded up like specifically for routes, especially how things are kind of going now. The company is switching more and more digital, and they're working towards how they can save money because they haven't really been profitable at all the last couple of years. And
gotcha.
So instead of going to people's doors and just knocking on their door and asking if they want to get anything, like no company does that at all anymore. And really Schwann's is like the only company that ever really did that. But we're gonna stop doing that here soon, and we're just gonna send people a text message and be like, "Hey, do you want anything today? I'm in your area," and they'll have a digital access to the items that are actually loaded on my truck, and they'll get to order directly off of my trucks that way. It's gonna be a lot more efficient, and we're not gonna be wasting all that gas money just to knock on somebody's door and get told, no, I don't need anything. We'll say, well, there was a waste of 10 miles worth of gas.
Right. Yeah, the gas is the big thing right now.
Yeah. And our trucks run off of propane, and so it's cheaper than ethanol gas, but still it's still expensive. Propane went up too.
Yeah. Garcia says he just dropped a new video today and he's working on another. Awesome. Woo. Any ideas for a 40 breeder? I'm thinking about turning it into a saltwater. Mine's a 40 breeder. So yes, I have all kinds of ideas for you. I have medium-sized fish in there right now, and I kind of wish I'd done all nano fish. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, technically it's overstocked. But probably a good 6 fish, medium-sized fish in there. But if you go with nano fish, so like your barnacle blennies, um, and like your small gobies and stuff, you could probably easily have at least 40 fish in there. It's like just having a slice of the micro world. So it depends. Do you want like a couple, like 6 to 8, like medium sized fish swimming around, or would you rather have like up to 40 nano fish? And then corals, you can do anything with. You can put anything in a 40. Fuzzy dwarf lionfish. Yeah,
I
we have
do
a.
love the fuzzy dwarf lionfish. Yeah, those are great.
We don't have any more. We sold them, but yeah, fuzzy dwarfs are so cute. But they still get like 6 inches. They still get decent size, 6 to 8 inches. Yeah, they're super cute. Yeah. I've come to really like lionfish. They're not aggressive. People are always like, "Oh, but I don't want to get stung," and oh, they look so mean. I'm like, they're actually not.
If
In
you
fact,
don't want to get stung, don't reach in and try and pick it up. There you go.
you have to literally chase after it. Yeah, they're not aggressive.
And
They're
don't
not
try
gonna
and hand feed it either. That's just
right, because those spines go all the way to their top lip. So yeah, if they miss and they bump you, their spines go all the way to their top lip. Yep. My goby and starfish are starting to bicker. Yeah, probably because you have a 10-gallon tank.
Don't want to miss saying hi to George RB3.
George, what's up? Yeah, we have a dwarf zebra lionfish right now. And then we had a volatan, which are really cool. They have really long spines outside of where the fins are. They're really cute. Yeah, don't hand feed the lionfish. Yep.
I didn't think you'd have to tell yourselves that anymore, Ian. I figured you would know that.
Trying to see if Garcia had a follow-up question, but nope, doesn't look like it. But yeah, we have a small 20-gallon all-in-one up on our front counter that has nano fish in it to kind of show. So yeah, having a anemone crabs and anemone shrimp, brittle star. We have a red brittle star in there. We have 2 barnacle blennies and a neon blue goby and a couple health reachy firefish gobies. Yeah, it's really cool. Because you look everywhere on the rockwork, and there's always something new to find.
Yeah, I think an FX4 canister filter would probably be just fine for that.
Yeah.
Would be plenty large. And you just would maybe just only have to get one power head on the opposite side of the outflow to just help get like more of a mixed current in there. And you can even set it up on like a switch if you wanted to, but that's not really necessary for a lot of different tanks, especially not like a 40-gallon. If you had a bigger tank than that, you'd probably want to set more up with multiple power heads. Yeah.
Ian says he likes to try to hand feed everything. Well, you just use tongs, like snake tongs. Use that. Because then you're still kind of hand feeding, but not using your hands.
Yeah, I actually like sort of like hand fed some of my betta when I had my big betta sorority and stuff. I would put like a bloodworm on the tip of my finger and I'd get them to like jump up for the bloodworm and stuff.
So I guess you're not allergic to bloodworms then?
Nope, I am not.
Nice.
Nor the goo that the bloodworms are in.
You'll need a surface skimmer for gas exchange. Yeah, make sure that there's enough surface agitation. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I really like the gyres. Instead of just a single stream wave maker, I like the bars, the gyre bars, because it makes a sheet of current instead of just a streamline current.
Yep. And then point it slightly upward so you get that nice
little wave, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been messing with my one of my power heads just kind of in the other 55 that I have in my fish room back there, and kind of messing with it and stuff, just kind of seeing how it works. Yeah, I really like the Aqueon power heads, or the wave makers are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I have a Jabo, which is the same brand as my return pump, So I actually can control my wave maker on my phone. I don't have to like get on a computer or anything. There's an app on my phone for it.
Yeah, I'm working on setting up my first saltwater tank and stuff there too, Garcia. I've been doing like taking my time with it, doing like lots of research and stuff, making sure I'm getting a full understanding of this, because it's like, man, every time I think I have it all figured out, I learn something else from Gina or somebody else. It's just like, oh man, there's like a whole nother step.
There's a whole nother element
investment that I'm gonna have to make, and it's definitely not cheap, you know. And
one element that you think is simple, and you realize, oh, it can be simple, or you can get this high tech one. And it's like, well, geez, now I have to research the pros and cons of that. Like, yeah. Yep.
It's like the main pro with like that's, I'm definitely building a sump, because there's a huge pro in having a sump. You know, you're gonna have your surface skimmer and all that other stuff down underneath inside the stand, completely hidden away, and just have your beautiful tank with very minimal electronic equipment in the actual tank itself, and just get all of its glory.
Yeah, the only thing in my tank is that you can see is the overflow pump, and then the 2 temperature probes for the heater. That's all that's in my Looking for a bigger AIO, like 25 or 30. Only thing is I might have to upgrade my light. Yeah.
AIO.
Are you talking about ATO, auto top off? Or I'm not sure what
AIO. Right. And in his tank he had some fish. EIAIO. I don't understand that yet.
Good thing is that we all love our fish, fresh and salt, and we're still learning. Yes. All in one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we were talking about that a couple streams ago, and I was telling you prices, and you said it. You might just have to look for them used. Look for somebody who's getting into the hobby.
I really like those all-in-one tanks.
Yeah.
They have like the built-in sumps and all that stuff.
T-Bone says, I feed my tiger worm frozen food off a plastic spoon. Flakes and pellets I sprinkle in, but frozen food off a spoon, and they eat it from the spoon, no problem. That is adorable. That is so cute. Get a baby spoon, so it's like feeding a baby. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, yes. If you get one of those little like baby spoons, you need to make a short of you just like feeding your babies, you know.
It needs a sound clip from Ollie the parrot, the mustache Indian parrot, who's gotta feed the babes, gotta feed the babes, and like feeding the tiger barbs with a baby spoon. Oh my god. Rest in peace, Ollie. He actually ended up passing, I think, 2 years ago. Rest in peace, Ollie. Yep, mustache, Indian, parrot. I'm part of the bird community too, the parrot community, where most of those memes come from. And yeah, it was a big deal. It's always a big deal with one of those viral birds. End up either something happening to them, they get sick, or they end up passing. He actually flew away. He actually escaped the house and was gone for like 3 months. But they ended up finding him and finding him his home. We were all joking, after the initial, like, he flew away, and after the initial scare period, everyone was saying, like, put on the wanted or the search poster. It's like, doesn't stop screaming, gotta feed the babes.
Gotta feed the babes. Gotta feed the babes.
I love you.
I remember that bird. Yep.
Gotta feed babes. Yep.
Yeah. And didn't like Grumpy Cat die or something too?
Grumpy Cat died. Yeah. Yeah.
Scott's Aquatic. Scotty Aquatic is here.
Scotty Aquatic. It took me a while to realize that Scott the Fish Freak and Scotty Aquatic were 2 different people. Like, I just heard Scott, and I just assumed like it took me a while to realize that it's two different names, two different people.
Well, there used to be two like Greg the Guppy guys.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
there's like it was like Greg the Guppy guy and Greg the Guppy Guru or something like that.
Oh,
And
but they both had Greg and Guppy. Yeah.
so then like I think one of them just instead of being Greg the Guppy guy, he changed his name to 3G, and so I'm sure you've seen 3G around.
I've seen 3G, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with 3G.
Yeah, that used to be pretty confusing. And
Greg
then,
the Guppy guy, 3G. I get it. I get it.
Oh, it took you long enough there,
I
Gina.
get it. I got it.
Emotional damage.
I got it. I understand now.
But
you like the ding, the when I caught it, like the expression in my face.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't claim
But
to be the
then-
smartest all the time, guys.
Yeah, there was also like Fantastic Freaks and Fanatics and there's a lot of names that are really close together, and sometimes when you don't see them like in the same stream, you think it's the same person.
Yep. Yep. Oh, it's already been an hour. Oh my god, time flies.
Yeah. It's already been an hour and 6 minutes. And I'm sure Rico's probably still streaming too.
Let's check. Let me see.
I'm hoping to get a few more people in here before we do our special segment.
Yes, he's still going.
Yeah.
What do we still have? 10 people, or is my YouTube not updated?
We got 9 or 10, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah. Good idea. I'll make a short video tomorrow of my Tiger Barb's feeding off a spoon. Interesting. Brine shrimp tomorrow morning. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
I'm planning either tomorrow or Monday. Doing a short of. I talked about it how I picked up the shark at work to move him because we thought he was stuck under a rock. I want to pick him up and do like airplane noises, and just kind of tank. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it one of these days.
Some of those sharks, yeah, they're just really funny in their mentality, how they'll just like sit there. And like banjo catfish are the same thing, the little freshwater catfish. You can pick them up and just like do whatever with them, and then you'll let them go, and they'll just be like, "Oh man, why'd you do that to me?" And they'll just sit there at the bottom.
To be fair, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for them. They're nocturnal, so you are interrupting their sleep time when you do that. So don't do it often, but it is good for a laugh every now and then.
Right.
But don't do it like every day.
When I had some people asking me to like catch them like banjo catfish and stuff like that, and I just kind of poke at them and I'm like, "Are they dead?" I'm like, No, they're good. Trust me. And so I'd like pick one up and let it go, and then he'd kind of swim around. And then like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of what they do.
I had that all the time with the African butterfly fish. People are like, "Oh, I really like that fish. Too bad it's dead." I'm like, "It's not dead. It's a top feeder.
Yeah.
He's just resting and waiting for food."
Yeah. Butterfly fish are really, really cool, but they can also like be really boring too. Yeah. They'll just kind of sit there in one spot sometimes.
Yep. They're not active like the arowanas are.
No. Yeah, arowana are just constantly swimming around, constantly moving.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was at the aquarium and I saw the big silver arowana they have, I like gasped and I like shot across from the other side of the little walkway. I was like, "Oh my god, he's so pretty."
They still had him in the big like clock tank. He was still up there.
Not in the clock tank. No, you know where the little minnows are that eat at your the touch tank where all the little minnows are.
Oh yeah, they have the arowana in there now. Yeah,
They're in the. It's in like the next
or
tank.
the monster tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you guys haven't seen my tour of the St. Louis Aquarium video, in one section of the aquarium, they have this big tank that's filled up with Missouri River natives, giant ones like big gar and bass and all these other sorts of gigantic fish in there. And then they have another tank that's just filled up with a whole bunch of other monster fish. That's like there's a stingray and giant pacu, and I guess there's an arowana in there now. And they also have like a pair of dovi that had like a bunch of babies. Oh no, not dovi, Midas cichlids that had a bunch of babies in there and stuff like that. And then there's also like a whole bunch of like, I think there's even no. It was all the babies that I was seeing. There's like a tiny school of babies. It was really interesting to see that in this tank filled with all these gigantic fish.
Yeah, check out his aquarium video and then check out my tour of the aquatic. It's my birthday video. That's more of an updated where you'll see the arowana. But yeah, it's check out his first and then check out mine.
Chris George.
Progress.
But yeah, and then you turn around from those tanks, and then they have this big old like vat tank filled with
I forget what they
are. And you just stick your hand in there, and they just start sucking away, and it's such a weird sensation.
Yeah, because they like vibrate. It's not even like a singular like attach and suck. Like they vibrate on you. It's so crazy. It is such a weird feeling.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's like a vibration of just like pulling little microparticles off of you like super duper fast like that.
Yeah.
Baits and Genetics, great to see you. Oh, our viewership just doubled.
Well,
I wonder if Rico finally finished up. Fish Dream is here lurking away.
EJ's here.
EJ is here. Yeah. EJ's been checking out some of my videos.
Nope. Not going there, Gina. Not on this channel. We can go there on whenever I'm live streaming on my channel, but I'll be nice to Danny and we'll not go there on his channel.
Oh, I don't care. You can go wherever you want. Zen Ginger is here.
He's in. Oh my gosh.
Lurking and working with green water.
There you go. There you go.
Are you trying to get rid of it, or are you trying to get more of it?
I would assume she's probably trying to get more. She's really big in the natural type tanks and natural food sources and breeding and all that stuff. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for sharing the stream out.
Woo! Smash that
we
like button on your way in too.
Yeah, we just jumped up to 25. Jeez.
Growing it and feeding Daphne. Yeah, excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to get a better live food culture going, because I accidentally, but then ended up like growing mosquitoes in a bucket, and then next thing I know, the mosquitoes turned into 1,000 tadpoles because I got gray tree frogs around here.
Yep, we sure do.
So it's like I ended up like, but I still like pulled out some of those mosquitoes and maybe a few of the tadpoles and like used those as feeders. And after I did that, my betta sorority crashed. So yeah, so I'm not gonna ever feed anything from outdoors again. I don't necessarily know if it was that or just the additional aggression from having live food all of a sudden, because they had never gotten like live food before.
Right. I want tree frogs. They're cute.
Yeah.
I just seen on Facebook somebody was touring Josh's frogs, and he had black eye tree frogs. So they look just like the red eye tree frogs, but they have black, like really shiny, beady eyes, and they were so cute. I was like,
Nice.
oh God. They're all green with like white freckles on their back, and each one's different. So that they said that's how they tell them apart is the different freckle patterns. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I need all of them, and they all need names. Oh my God.
Well, correction, they had gotten live food before, but it was like it was vinegar eels, so teeny tiny little bitty foods. Yeah, that was the first time they had gotten like bigger stuff and were like really going after it and all that. So
See you later, Austin.
what kind of fish do I have? I kind of have a little bit of everything. My African cichlid collection has gone down significantly, as has my betta collection. But I still have a couple bettas and a couple African cichlids, and I got Harlequin rasboras and Siamese flying fox and I have a golden gourami and a paradise fish, a blue paradise fish. I have wild caught gambusia that are getting close to finally dropping some fry, hopefully. They've been really holding in those fry for a good long time, and I've just been like doing water changes and things like that on that tank, really trying to get them to breed so I can get my first F1 gambusia. And once I get those F1s, I feel like breeding beyond that's going to be a lot easier. But those are kind of just fun. And then I got some white cloud minnows. Those are awesome. And recently got some Synodontis petricola. Those are really, really cool. I only have one that's still alive. None of the other ones have just been coming in very good or something like that. Just not doing well. I'm living a few days and that's it. But this one guy's nice and healthy, so I'm feeling confident about him. And then I think I got something else. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Brackish Bumblebee Gobies. I got some of those too. Yeah. I don't really show my Brackish tank that often because it just has never. It'll look pretty at first, but then it just gets taken over. I can't get any plants to really grow. I do have one mangrove that is very, very slowly growing, but the tank had it's had some some cyanobacteria breakout on it a couple times. I've gotten rid of it a couple times, but it just like keeps coming back. So I can't do it. I might show it sometime soon, but it's just been like completely taken over with cyanobacteria. And honestly, it kind of looks kind of cool.
And I was going to ask, is it like freshwater cyano or is it like saltwater cyano?
It's freshwater cyano. So, but it looks a little bit different than like normal freshwater cyano. Like it's really got a bluish color to it.
Oh. Huh.
Like it's a real blue-green algae or whatever. Like it's not algae, it's bacteria, but I mean, It does have its own sort of benefit the same way algae like helps with stuff. So it's like if I can't get plants to grow in there, like I'll just have this gigantic cyanobacteria culture.
Right. I don't know about freshwater cyano, but I know with saltwater cyano, I have had really good luck with using Pristine to treat it.
Yeah.
Chem Pristine. It usually takes like a week or two, but I've had good luck with it. I've had 2 different customers use it, and their cyano, again, saltwater cyano, went away within like a week or 2. So I don't know if you've ever tried.
I normally just wipe it out with erythromycin.
Oh, okay.
But I did it. I wiped it out twice in that tank, but it came back for a third time. So I'm just like, whatever. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
Fish Dream says one of my tanks is freshwater cyano that came from the salt tank. It's horrid. Yeah. Yeah. Try Sea Chem Pristine. That's what I use. That's what I recommend. I don't know the exact science behind it, but it's worked. I've seen it work 3 times now, so something about it's right.
Yeah, we have gray tree frogs around here, and I love seeing them all the time. And like I said, I had 1,000 tadpoles in a bucket, and I don't know how many of them made it out of that bucket. Then I ended up with tadpoles in like another container out there too.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many made them there, but I brought a couple tadpoles inside and tried to, raise them inside, feeding them like some algae and some different stuff like that. Tried feeding them like some vinegar eels too, but to my knowledge, tadpoles are pretty much herbivores when they're young, and then they become insectivores after they get their like legs and like all that.
I think it depends on the type of frog, because I think bullfrog tadpoles will actually eat each other. Like one will get larger and eat the smaller ones.
Yeah. Speaking of bullfrog tadpoles, we actually got a bullfrog tadpole in with our feeder goldfish one time. And I was going to take it home and put him in my pond with my goldfish. But a customer came in and was like, "What's that?" I was like, "It's a bullfrog tadpole." Like, what are you going to do with it? I don't know. Well, do you want it? It's free. So it's like I was a little disappointed because she took it home and it probably ended up dying on her or something. Where it's like I would have had a bullfrog in my pond. That would have been awesome.
Right. No, I've had the same where I've had tadpoles of all sizes. So big ones that you notice right away, or little tiny ones that you don't notice at first because they're gray, just like how sometimes the goldfish come in gray. So yeah, you didn't notice it at first until like 2 or 3 weeks later when it got sizable, and you were like, "Oh, there's a tadpole." Or we would get crayfish. Did you ever get crayfish in with yours?
No, but we did get gambusia in a couple times.
Yeah, we would sometimes have crayfish come in, and same thing. At that time they made it illegal in Missouri to sell crayfish, non-native or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we would give them out to people who wanted them as feeders. We made sure they were feeders because anytime we were like, "Oh, that'd be cool in with my glowfish," I'm like, they will eat your glowfish if you don't feed them. They will eat your fish, all of them. So yeah, we made sure that we have a customer with a caiman. Yeah, we had a customer with a caiman, so he would have occasionally call in and be like, "Did you get crayfish in with your feeders?" "No, not this week, sorry." But yeah.
The caiman, nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, great to see you here. But yeah, those couple tadpoles that I brought inside, I had one. Oh, I ended up with like 2 that I was gonna raise up, and they were growing fairly well. They grew pretty good. One ended up just like kind of dying on me in the like little container that I had them in. But the other one like was thriving and stuff. I even have like a couple like videos and stuff. I think I posted a couple shorts where it was like sucking on my finger and stuff when I put it in the tank. It was great.
My God.
Ben Backstrom.
What's up? I think Ben just found me on Facebook. I haven't had a chance to confirm it. Fish Fam is finding me on Facebook now, so that's exciting.
Yeah, Victoria finally caught one of my lives. Right. Great to see you, Victoria.
We're also going longer than we usually do, so.
But yeah, the one little one that I got to actually turn into a pollywog with its arms and its legs, and I put a little like piece of wood in the middle of this like Tupperware container that I had, to where it's like whenever it's ready to emerge, I want to be able to see it. And so then,
Right.
like, yeah, one morning I wake up or whatever, and there, what do you know, is this little pollywog halfway out on this little piece of wood. And so I'm
Aww.
like, okay, I need food for it, like, now. So, like,
Yeah.
I went, like, all over trying to find, like, flightless fruit flies, micro crickets, something or whatever. Was going to go and get everything I needed to set up, like, an actual, like, little terrarium for it. And then I come home, and it was already dead.
Yeah.
Yep, it was sad. They need food, like, right away. And so it's just, like, it's amazing how it's just, like, it's no wonder these creatures, you know, frogs and fish and stuff like that, no wonder they lay thousands of eggs, because the likeliness of any of them surviving is very, very low.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? It might not have even been anything related to not having food in the first couple hours of emerging or whatever. It might have just, like, been born incorrectly or whatever, and just like, maybe its lungs didn't form all the way or something. Like,
Looks like Skull came in and Lunatic. Hello, hello.
I hope you don't get accidentally modded in here, Skull.
Is Bunny here?
Chewy. Yeah, I saw Bunny in here earlier. She hasn't chatted in a while, but she might still be in here.
She seems very busy today. I know she kept getting pulled away earlier during my live stream.
Well, we got 20 people in here. I think it's time for our special segment.
I agree.
All right, chat. It's time for
Dumb Customer of the Week.
So, it's time for Dumb Customer of the Week. For those of you that weren't here last week, this is what we do. So, Gina and I, between the two of us, we have 3 different customers that we have dealt with, whether recently or in the past. And you guys in chat are going to get to decide who was the dumb customer of the week. So,
Disclaimer, we changed their names. That was a little
Yes.
unclear in the first episode, but these are not their real names.
yes, so all names have been changed for privacy purposes. We gave everybody a fun little nickname and all that, so nobody can get offended or anything like that. I mean, and besides, like, the likeliness of any of our old customers actually watching this is fairly low. I did have a couple customers that follow my YouTube channel at first, but I've never seen them in one of my live streams before. I did have one of my customers that came in. She's like, "You had talked about me in your live stream." I'm like, "You watched my live stream?" And it's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I was at," and so it's like, oh, okay. It was like, I didn't talk bad about her at all. I talked about how I had adopted one of her fish, and that it was like a killer fish. And I was like, "Your fish better not kill all my fish."
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I have 3 old customers that watch my YouTube channel. It's you, Biz, and Lady Diane.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I do have some customers, I guess, to a point. Drew has bought from me before. Diane has bought from me.
I met you all as customers first before I knew you guys were on YouTube.
And some people have actually bought from me, like, just like plants or whatever that I've shipped out too. So,
yeah,
that works. ABC is here.
Anyway,
so Gina,
yes,
give us your first one.
We're gonna start with Fast One Freddy. So, this younger male comes in and he's on his phone. A lot of my customers at the time would either be FaceTiming somebody or just their phone's on speaker, having a full-on conversation while they're trying to get me to help them. So I'm used to it at this point, that part aside. So he's on the phone with, I assume, his mom. And he's like, "Hey, I was wanting to get like 20 feeder fish." And anytime I sell feeder fish to somebody who I don't know, I ask, oh, okay, are these friends or are these food? Meaning, are they pets or are they feeders? And he goes, oh, they're friends. And I'm like, oh, okay. And as I'm asking, what size tank do you have? All of a sudden, I hear the mom scream on the phone, no, they're feeders. No, they're feeders. And she's just repeating herself. And I'm like, okay, what size tank do you have? He goes, oh, it's a 20 gallon. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. If you're wanting to keep these as pets, you know, for that amount, I can't sell them to you. And for a 20 gallon, I could probably start you with like 2 or 3, but they will have to be upgraded. And the whole time the mom is screaming, no, they're feeders, no, they're feeders. And the kid goes, okay, hold on a second. He takes her off speaker and puts her on the phone, and he walks away, talks to her, and he comes back. He's like, yeah, so they're feeder fish, not pets. And I'm like, what are you feeding them to? And he goes, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to level with you. You've already told me that your intention is pets, and so I cannot sell these to you. And the mom is just screaming the whole time on the phone, you shouldn't have said that. You should have told her they were feeders. Now she's not going to sell them. And I'm like, I'm sorry. My intent is to find a good home for these pets and also give you a good experience as a fish keeper. If you put these 20 feeders in a 20-gallon tank, the ammonia is going to spike to toxic levels super quick. They're going to, even if you have a filter on it, the oxygen's going to get depleted super fast. Like I can guarantee you don't have enough flow in this tank to oxygenate the water properly. Like you're going to have a bad time. And I don't want that for you. I'm really sorry. So that was Fast One Fred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fast One Freddy.
Yeah.
Well, the one that I have for you guys tonight is Bedded Bowl Beatrice. So this lady comes in and she's just like looking at all the different fish tanks and stuff that we have, and she's just like amazed by everything. Oh, look at all the colors, and oh, that one's so pretty. And I'm just like, oh, great. Like, here we go. Like, this is going to be fun. You know, I was actually kind of excited to deal with this customer because I love seeing the amazement in people's eyes. And she was almost acting like a child. It was beautiful, you know. But then as I start talking to her, the more I'm realizing that it's like this lady was not wanting to really put in any sort of like effort on this tank or anything like that. So I'm talking to her like about these different fish, and she's like talking about the African cichlids versus the tetras and all that different stuff. And I'm like, well, you can't put those with those. You know, these fish are like, they get really aggressive, they get really big and all that stuff. It's like, but you guys have them in such small tanks. I can't put them in a small tank too. It's like, yeah, but it's like we're just selling them. Like they're only here for maybe a few weeks before they're gone in somebody else's tank. They get a whole lot bigger, and just like sharing really good information with this lady, but she just was not really receiving it. And I'm just like, so she's like, so what can I put in a small tank? And so I start showing her like, well, you can put this in a small tank, you can put that, you can get a couple of these, you can have a really nice looking tank with some smaller fish, and these will stay small. I was like, yeah, but they're not like as pretty as like those fish and all that other stuff. And then it's like I kind of bring her over to the betta fish and stuff like that. So you can get one of these too. It's like, well, can't I get multiple? It's like, no, you can't get multiple. You can only get one. You can only get one, and because they'll want to kill each other, especially in a small tank. I shouldn't have even told him. I told it's like in a really big tank, you might be able to get through with multiple, but in a small tank, just one. Then like it turns out it's like I'm telling her it's like, okay, but in this small tank, like it's like how will it be okay in this bowl? Like what can I put in this small little bowl? And it's like, really, you can't put anything in that bowl. And she's like, what do you mean I can't put anything in this bowl? Like, why do you even sell it? It's like, I don't know why, but you really can't put much of anything in that bowl, not long term. And it's like, well, what would you say is like the smallest bowl or whatever I can put this, like one of these fish in or whatever? And so I got her like the 1 gallon bowl that I absolutely hated. It's like, so you might be able to put him in here. He's not going to be very happy. It's like, but you guys have him in cups. He's going to be happier than, in the cup. And it's like, I was like, I mean, you're right, but it's
Again,
more about you're thinking long term here, It's like, okay, well, how long do you think he'll be fine in the bowl? It's like, I mean, he'll probably be fine in the bowl like for maybe a couple of years, as long as you're changing the water every week, And then she just like, I gotta change the water, and it's like, yeah. Like, these fish are using the bathroom and you're adding food and all that stuff. Like, they're basically living in their own toilet. Like, you got to change the water, especially in this smaller bowl. You got to change the water more often because, I mean, think about yourself, and it's like, I didn't know I was going to have to change the water. I was like, I mean, yeah, these are living creatures. They're not a decoration, You're going to have to do a little bit of work. And I was like, if you want something that you didn't have to do any work, they sell some really realistic plastic fish nowadays. You can just set up a little bowl and you wouldn't have to do anything. And she's like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. And then she left. And that's Bettable Beatrice.
Yeah, I've had that a few times too. Yeah. Oh my God. So for the third customer, it's Not So Quick Trip Quinn. She's gonna do this now. Hold on a second. I'm here. So this is not a fish-related story. This is a hamster story. Not So Quick Trip Quinn is a story about a mom and her 3 kids came in, asked for help with the small animals. So I get paged over. I'm going over the whole hamster spiel, what size cage is appropriate, what their diet is, everything. I'm about to get this hamster out. And I hear the mom mention that, oh yeah, I'll meet you guys up front with all this stuff. And then we'll go to Target really quick and then go to Walmart and then we'll go home with it. And I'm like, wait. You're not going straight home after this? She's like, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. I'm like, well, ma'am, we're putting them in a cardboard box, a very thin cardboard box. So yes, I do need to know where you're going after this because they very quickly chew out of these boxes. I've seen it happen in about 10 minutes. I've heard of it happening with mice. Yeah, I've seen it within 5 minutes, or I've heard about it within 5 minutes of people leaving with mice. You really need to go straight home. She's like, well, that's just none of your business. And I'm like, it really is. I am, and this is when I was a manager at the time. So I could get a little more sassy with the customers. I'm like, well, yes, it actually is. The health and well-being of this animal is my business. So are you going straight home or are you going to make stops after you take this animal? And she goes, I don't have to tell you anything. And I'm like, well, I don't have to sell you a hamster. And she called me a couple racist terms and a couple slurs and a couple cuss words and stormed out. And I'm like, bye. So that's Not So Quick Trip Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I had a couple of customers like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, I've seen hamsters, I put them in the box and I bring them right up to checkout. And while they're checking out, they're chewing through the box already.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've heard of mice getting loose in people's cards. So it happens.
Yep. Well, anyway, so chat, you get to decide. Is it a 1 for Fast One Freddy? Is it a 2 for Bettable Beatrice? Or is it a 3 for Not So Quick Trip Quinn? You decide.
Yes, EJ, she pulled the race card. It is a tough one. I agree. It is a tough one this week.
It's a tough decision, yeah. Put a 1, 2, or a 3 in the chat.
Oh, I should make a tally. Hold on, I have a notebook. Where's my notebook? I don't have a notebook. Where? It was right here. I don't know where it is. Mark goes over there tapping on Rico's box. I had Rico's box earlier, now she's sitting over there tapping on it. Don't put holes in it. Rico, if you're here and lurking, your box has been bird certified.
I highly doubt he's here lurking.
You never know. He might be.
It's 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. I agree with that, Chris George. I hate it when people throw around any sort of racial terms, no matter what color you are.
Oh yeah, EJ makes a good point. I like how in the end no one went away with a pet. That is true. We kind of accidentally had a theme there.
Yeah, and that is true there, Bates. At least Beatrice came up with the conclusion that a robofish might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And yes, no one went away with a pet at the end of it. Looks like we still got a few people that are deciding. Gonna give it another maybe minute or two for people to throw in a couple numbers.
Okay. I don't know what freaked you out, but okay.
I don't think the son was the issue in that case there, Chewy. I think the mom was more the issue.
The mom was telling the son to lie, to say they were feeders when they were not.
Because honestly, yeah, we get lots of customers too that they just want to buy like 10 rosy minnows to throw into a small tank just to see how long they're going to live, to basically cycle the tank for them. And
yep.
I don't like that either. I've sold fish like that a couple times to some people, but it's like, it's just how it is sometimes.
My sister worked for a big box store. I'm sure she had similar issues. She now works for a small family pet operation. Yeah, same. Yeah, I work for a small saltwater LFS.
Yep. Mom and pop shops are definitely the way to go. Okay.
It's really bothering me now not knowing.
Nobody else got a vote to throw in there. Do it soon, because I'm going to give off the tally here in a moment. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3.
Ha! I found it.
1, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it looks like that's probably going to be what it is. Skipper's Aquariums is here.
Skipper.
Yep. So it looks like the customer number 3, not so quick trip Quinn, is going to be the winner or the loser, depending on how you think about it. But no matter what, Quick Trip Quinn, you are the
dumb customer of the week.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You meet some interesting people working big box retail.
Yep.
Huh.
No more than 5. She would say more than 5 for a 55-gallon tank? Shoot, if you had a 55-gallon tank, I'd sell you 25, 30 of those.
Right?
Lady Rorschach, how's
Lady
it going?
Oh my gosh. That's so strange. I wonder what was up that employee's butt that day. I wonder if they did sell something wrong previously and got yelled at for it, so then they were just being overly cautious.
Yeah, like maybe they just didn't really know what they were doing, and then, or I don't know, maybe they just happened to like hear you talking about like a smaller tank you had, and then all of a sudden you came around and said, I have a 55, and their little investigative mind went off, and they're like, oh, this person might be lying to me.
She said tank size didn't matter. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, then they must have just had a weird rule about how many fish they could sell then.
She must have just had a big stick up her butt. I don't know. Oh, is it storming for you too? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I've been hearing the little bits of thunder and stuff. I was just going to talk about that.
Yes.
If we get kicked off the stream, you know why.
Right. Well, I'll probably freeze, and then my phone will connect to my internet on my phone.
Yeah, you'll probably stay on. I'll get knocked off because I'm on my computer. But the stream will continue to go. That's the beauty of StreamYard.
Right. Until you get back on your phone.
Yeah, either they had a limit on how many fish they were able to sell, or there was some sort of rule that was placed on this employee specifically because they just don't know what they're doing with fish.
Maybe.
Or, yeah, they were just truly following the 1 inch per gallon rule or something like that.
DJ says it wasn't her. I think it was corporate policy, but she enjoyed being a bitch. Yeah. I have had employees that really love to tell people no just to tell them no. Yeah, they get that little power trip. And I've had to intervene a few times. Thank you.
And that's just going hardcore to work for you during this live stream.
Yeah, earlier on the Discord, she was like, I'm bored. People send me your logos. She must be really bored.
Yeah.
I have over 100 creatures and a 10-gallon, and I'm just planning to distribute, but it's heavily planted and most are juveniles, ready for the grow-out tank. Yep. That's going to be fun catching them.
Oh, well, thanks there, Lady Rorschach.
There was one time Nathan and I were out, and Ballroom Blitz came on the radio, and I texted Danny. I was like, hey, that parody song of your what song is that?
That's the Duckweed Dance.
Duckweed Dance. I'm like, hey, a parody of your Duckweed Dance came on the radio. Pretending that Danny was the original and that the Ballroom Blitz was the parody.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually big thanks to 3G. Greg on that one. That was his idea. The Duckweed Dance, I'm not sure where the original idea of the Duckweed Dance even came from. It was kind of related to like Danikin Aquatics, always trying to telling Kenny, oh, Kenny, you're going to have to do the Duckweed Dance or whatever to, get rid of the duckweed or whatever. And then it was 3G that was like, dude, like, Danny, like, Ballroom Blitz, parody that as the Duckweed Dance or whatever. I'm like, you know what, Greg? That is actually a perfect idea.
Yep. She says, no limit, no inch per gallon. The policy was no more than 5 fish in one tank, no matter the size. Huh.
That must have been a really weird old school policy or something. Or she was just telling you that because that's what she was told.
Or she just got a power trip and a wild hair up her butt and decided she was going to make rules. Yep. I don't know. Or the store probably had a lot of problems with people throwing too many fish in their tank at once and just kind of, nope, all right, y'all ruined it for everybody. 5 fish, that's it.
Yep. Yeah, family-owned stores definitely have better policies. They're willing to work more with their customers, because customers mean a whole lot more to them. And that's something that I even found out the difference between working at Target and then working at the pet store that I worked at. Because, like, when I worked at Target, like, it was pretty much that whole idea that it's like the customer is always right. Don't fight with the customer. If they, say that something was mispriced on the shelf, you just go and you fix the price to whatever they say within reason. Like, you can't give them a $300 bookshelf for $50. But I mean, if they said the $300 bookshelf was in an area that was marked $250, like, you don't argue with them. You just like, okay, I'll change the price to $250, and then you mention it over the radio to where the people in that area can check to see if they were actually mispriced or whatever, and we can get that fixed. But it's like I go to the pet store and I have that same sort of mentality going, and it's like, you can't just do that. You can't just be changing all of our prices and stuff like that, because like our entire profit is like, we were a franchise too. So it's like the entire profit that we made was, pay all of our paychecks and all that stuff too. So you can't just take all of our profit away because customers are complaining. It's a totally different mentality.
Yeah. And not to mention the theft. Yeah, it's Target. And not to mention the theft in a pet store, because there's a lot more small things that'll fit in pockets and purses much easier. So yeah, there was a ton of theft. So yeah.
Honestly, I was not expecting to have to deal with as much theft as I was going to have to deal with. I'm like, it's a pet store. Like, who's going to steal stuff from a pet store? Well, it's like poor people got pets too. Yeah. And all that stuff too. And then, I mean, some of this stuff is just valuable to begin with, And I mean, also, we live in a certain area of town where, you get a couple of these fancy LED fish tank lights. You can grow some pretty nice plants with those.
Yep.
Oh, he did It's a Hard Knock Live. Nice.
That's cute.
Yeah, I love Chris with Fish for Thought. He's got a lot of the same sort of like background and stuff that I do too, like theater, music, and he worked at Petco, I believe, or maybe he was PetSmart. But yeah, he has stories of working at a pet store as well, and then he's got a bird, but he's got a cockatiel.
Aww,
Nilly.
Oh,
Yeah,
so cute. If we do end up with another bird, and if it's not Bunny's bird, I asked Nathan if we could do like cockatiels, and he's on the fence about it. I'm like, no, they're not as obnoxious as Marco, I promise. They're not.
They're not. They're more of a whistler though too. So they'll just.
Yep. Yep.
Over and over, but that's just what they'll do.
Yep. There you go. Set her off. Set him off, sorry.
I mean, hey, it's pretty great to walk into your front door and get an immediate. I was like, oh, thank you.
her door trigger is hello. And I'm like, hello. So it's nice to have somebody say hello to you as soon as you walk in. Chris is hilarious. He didn't have lyrics made though. I just made up some for my own amusement. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It would be cool to get Chris to come on to this stream sometime.
There was somebody who popped up one night on somebody's stream that I got on, but he worked at a pet store too. I don't remember his name though. He's a lurker. He lurks in the Fish Fam. He's not really in chat too much.
I saw him too. I can't remember.
I can't remember his name.
Remember who it was.
But yeah, it was a late night stream, and he popped up, and he was like, "Yeah, I've never been on a stream before, but you're from Petco, and I'm at Petco, so I figured I'd hop up." I'm like, "Heck yeah!"
Yeah, other Chris, not Chris George.
The other Chris.
What?
Kitty. Oh, and Birdie.
Guarded by aminals.
They're all being so needy. Cuddle party. It's so cute. My girl's on her sleeping branch. I think she's about ready for bed. Cockatiels are so sweet. I always wanted a male named Keeny after a fashion designer on Project Runway. His hair
I know who you're talking about.
the headline cockatiel. Yeah. That'd be cute. That'd be so cute. We were watching a Scooter Blenny at work yesterday, and I was like, if I ever get one, I'll name him Scooter. And my coworker turned to me, she goes, that's original. I was like, no, not Scooter. Scooter. Like, you have to say it with that southern twang. Scooter. That would be his name. She's like, makes it a little better. It's like, Scooter.
Scooter.
Fish Stream says, I want a parakeet, but I have 2 cats. How did you accomplish that? He got lucky. That's how. Oh, he got lucky.
Now, if you watch the final episode of the Fishy Matrix, and I think even some of the last episode of Fishing Friends, episode 1, there's been a couple times that Tundra's been like out on the floor, and Lazuli, he'll be flying around and literally flying up to Tundra, and there'll be some swatting that starts to happen. And I'll even get this sort of thing right here with this, where I got to be very aware of what's going on. But he's never out when I'm not home. And there was one day that I did actually come home on a break from work, and one of the bird cages was actually knocked over from the bookshelf. Lapis is totally fine. There was no injuries from it, except maybe Tundra's dignity. Yeah, she definitely knows that she's not supposed to mess with the birds anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got fairly lucky with the cat that I have. She's fairly well behaved. She will, still get into things sometimes, but she knows her name. She knows when she does something she's not supposed to do. You can see the guilt in her eyes and the way she slumps her shoulders over and stuff. So, but like, you guys can't see her eyes the way I do. Like, she definitely wants to eat this parakeet right now, but she knows that she's not supposed to.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. Luck. You get lucky. Is there somebody who's supposed to be going at 10?
I don't know.
Are we going over somebody else?
We don't go over any. Well, I mean, we're always kind of going over Vinny nowadays. But
Yeah.
it was Aquafunk that started at 9, but he switched to Sundays now.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, I do think it's about time to end it. So it has been fun, everybody. I do really appreciate everybody for showing up. Got those OGs from the beginning, We got, Fish Tropic, and we had Ian at the beginning, and we had Bunny Viper, and Mystery Snail Guardians, and Jimmy P, and then Frankie showed up, and George Aquaballs was here for a while, and Drew with Fishy Biz came in, Crypt Keeper Aquatics, Liquid Zoo Only Fins, T-Bones Fishies, Scuba Stevo. We had EJ and George RB3 and Garcia Aquatics and Scott's Aquatics and the Zen Ginger, New Local Austin, Fish Dreams, Victoria Lee Creates, Ben Backstrom, Skull Aquatics, Lunatic Fringe, Skull Aquatics, ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations, Chris George, Paul McCarthy, Lunatic Fringe. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Missing Moist Matt. And he got his wrench
Vibes
tonight.
Aquatics, Skippers Aquatics, Lady Rorschach.
And Moist Matt, who got his wrench tonight.
I said Liquid Zoo.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So, yes. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I hope to see you all next week on Fish and Friends again, Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Don't forget about Fishy Biz Aquatics with his hotspot coming this Monday. He's going to have Mexicali Fish Keeper in the hotspot. So that's going to be a really good one. Hopefully I get to chat this time and actually enjoy the live stream.
Right.
And, also,
just don't complain about not being a mod and you won't get muted.
Yeah, that's true. It's all right. I don't need to be a mod anyway. But
watch out for my pop-up. I've been doing more
look
live
out
streams.
for Gina's pop-up streams. She's doing it the way that I used to do it, Oh, I'm probably never going to have a schedule. I'll just pop up whenever I want to. I don't want to step over anybody else. So just be on the lookout. Make sure you subscribe to her. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And also, if you do use Discord, My Fish Tanks Aquatics has an awesome Discord channel where he's got a specific channel on there that puts out a notification every time somebody in the Fish Fam that's connected through Fish Fam link goes live. So be sure to be attached to that. I'm going to make sure my cat doesn't eat my parakeet. Y'all have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.